Hey guys, it's Kara from iStampin.com. Thanks for joining me on my Create a Card Monday. So today, this is the card that we're going to be making. I'm using the brand new set, stamp set, A Nice Cuppa, along with the coordinating die set, cup and kettle framelits. You can find this in our Occasions catalog. That's on page 34. Right down here at the bottom, it has a nice bundle and save. So if you purchase the stamp set along with the matching framelits, you save 15%. So if this is something that you are interested in doing, I definitely recommend taking advantage of that 15%. So this is the card that I have here. And I wanted to show you that I'm using some of the other items that come in this product suite that you may be interested in. The first, this really fun designer series paper, that is coming from the Have a Cuppa designer series paper stack. And so it comes a 6x6 pad of 48 pages. So I'll just quickly go through this and show you all the fun, like perfect designs now that it's spring, and just these really fun colors. So we've got Bermuda Bay, Wisteria Wonder, Melon Mambo, Crushed Curry, Pool Party, and Whisper White and Basic Gray. So those are the colors that we have. So, you know, you've got some fun, you know, very simple diagonal little scallop prints, and then the more bold teacups and those kind of designs. So just a really fun, those are fun, cute little tea bag tags. I'll show you the fun envelope liner that I made for today's card. So there we go. So very versatile to be able to use all throughout the spring and summer. And then I'm also using a bit of the Bermuda Bay 1/8 inch stitched ribbon. So you get a really nice spool. How many yards do you get? 10 yards of this, so that's a lot of ribbon. And of course, my cat thinks it's a toy. I have to apologize. She enjoys being in here with me. Okay, Pippa. All right, let me get her down. Okay. So, why don't we get started? So I made this fun card. So I used the die cuts in a few different places, and it's a really cute card. I can't wait to send this out to somebody and see what they think. All right, so what I started off with is a piece of Wisteria Wonder cardstock. This measures 7 by 5, and I've scored it at 3.5 to give us that 3.5 by 5 size card, and I'm going to be using it landscape mode today. Now I've also cut a piece of designer series paper. I've cut this 2 inches by 5, and I am using our banner triple punch, and I am just going to slide this all the way in and notch just one end. So just like that. So that's going to layer on the card like so. Now I have done the die cutting already. So let me find my framelits for you, okay? I used this piece right here, this little heart that also can kind of look like steam. I've cut out 3 of those in Wisteria Wonder. And then I've also used the tea kettle, this framelit right there, and I cut out when you use your big shot, it comes in 2 different pieces. I've cut this out in Bermuda Bay. And then I wanted to have that large circle that, Pippa, come on, kitty. I know you're so interested, but you can't do this while I'm making a video. Here, you stay right there. So I wanted this piece of vellum to be large enough to cover up the banner and to be able to be large enough for the tea kettle. So I used the circle framelits, and I think I used this one. Yes, so this is the third largest circle framelit, not including the scallop circle. So this is just cut from our vellum cardstock. That's really nice. It's a really nice weight. So I've got all the pieces there. The only thing that we just have to do is just do the stamping, and I'm just going to stamp that on a scrap piece of Bermuda Bay, and I'll show you how I cut that down. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is go ahead and glue these little doodads on. And the idea was for them just to kind of be peeking out behind the banner. You can see two of them. I put one back there, so the third one I'm going to kind of put up a little bit higher so that it's not hidden behind the banner. And I'm going to use the two-way glue pen to attach these. So this glue pen really makes it easy for these little delicate pieces like this. So I'm just going to put two up here at the top. And like I said, I ran this through the Big Shot using Wisteria Wonder cardstock. Okay, and then the third one goes down here. Now I do have a March Mystery Hostess code set up already, so thank you to those clients that have purchased and have entered into that. If you are unfamiliar with it, what I do is each month I create a host code, and for anybody who shops in my online store, for every $25 that you spend, you are entered into the drawing. And so, and the $25 is before tax and shipping. And so what I do at the end of the month, I randomly choose a winner, and that person will receive all of the Stampin' rewards. So all of the host dollars for that month. Just my way of saying thank you. All right, so I'm just using Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this banner. I am using quite a bit just because it is a large banner. And then also I've had some questions regarding the iStampin' Club, which is a host club. So what happens is you are in a club with 5 other members, and you rotate being the host once during a 6-month period. So I recently did a Q&A video. I had some people asking me questions about that and what consisted of the grab bags, so y'all can see that as well. I will link that down. But I'm looking to get the daffodils going in April, so you can find out information about that as well. And that's really fun because I give exclusive projects to all those members. Okay, so I'm just putting this here in the middle of my card using the grid lines from the mat. So that's just going to go like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the teapot on the vellum. And I'm just going to use snail because you will not see the back side of this. Usually if you're using vellum, you kind of want to use the least inconspicuous type of adhesive as possible. Okay, and then this little lid is just going to go right on top of the teapot. So it's just going to kind of overlap it just a little bit. So it's going to look like that. And then that will go right, I'm going to center that over the banner like so. So then you can see those little swirly hearts kind of poking through. But first we're going to do our stamping, and I'm not sure if I showed you the stamp set. So this is what it consists of, just really fun little fun images. It's photopolymer, which is really nice. I'm going to be stamping the You Are Terrific, in Bermuda Bay. So like I said, I've just got just a scrap piece of Bermuda Bay, so I'm just doing a tone-on-tone stamping. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this down. So if you see here on my sample, you see how it measures a little less than 3 1/4 inches. Okay, so you see I've cut this down. Now what I'm going to do is to notch the ends, I'm just going to use the Banner Triple Punch, and what I like to do is I like to turn it upside down, and then I like to feed this through facing down so I can see where my stamped image is. So what I like to do is I push it all the way forward until I can see just a little bit of where I've stamped, and then I'm going to pull it back because I don't want to cut where I've stamped, and then I'm just going to look just to make sure that this is even, and then I'll punch. So that looks about good. And then that notches the ends perfectly. So I'm just going to repeat that on the other side. All right, so that's how I do that. And then what I did is I just took some of the ribbon, just cut off about that much. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. And then what you're going to want to do is take your glue dots and just put a glue dot on one of the ends of the ribbon. And then I just kind of came to the center and then get a glue dot for the other end. Whoops. There we go. And then just kind of overlap it just like that, and that will go right there. So I want it long enough where the ends are showing on, so maybe if you have to kind of rearrange your ribbon, that's fine. And that's going to go like that, and then this is going to go over that. So then what you can do from here is put a couple of more glue dots on the back side of the ribbon for that to stick down on top of the teapot. And I'm just kind of putting that in the middle. It's just going to kind of look like that. And then that's going to go right over that. And I'm going to use dimensionals to pop this up. And then I'm just going to put that right on top of the ribbon so it's centered. So you can see that. And then the very last thing is I'm just going to put adhesive on the back part of the teapot. And then that is going to go right in the middle of the banner. And you have just a adorable springy card using the nice Cuppa stamp set and then the fun cup and kettle framelits. But I want to show you the envelope that I made for this. I used our envelope liners, and I took one of the pattern papers, and so when you send this card, that cute liner will be there when they open it up. All right, guys, I hope you liked today's card. If you have any questions, you know that you are more than welcome to comment below. Head on over to my blog, which is istampin.com. I'll have the accompanying blog post attached to this video so that you can see all of the products that I used. Those are always listed below in the supplies in the video notes also. So if for any reason, if you're curious, you can always find that information on all of my YouTube videos. All right, guys, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends. Bye.